Well, today we're going to talk about how realistic it is that Dame possibly ends up in a dynamic duo with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Thanks for tuning into this video. As always, it's your boy Wraith Hoops. Make sure to like the video so that the algorithm knows to push it out so that we can get more viewers on the channel. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and join the Patreon. The link will be in the description below. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this one. As of late, the Miami Heat were the original front runners for the Damian Lillard sweepstakes, and he openly transmitted the report that he wanted to play for them and only them. The issue is the Trailblazers front office is unimpressed with the assets that were provided, mainly Tyler Hero, some other role player type rotation piece, and 2 first-round picks is what was allegedly on the table. This was not considered enough by that front office, and so they were kind of shopping their options around the league. Giannis clearly expressed in his interview that he sees himself as a winner first and less so as a Milwaukee Buck. While he does enjoy being there, he feels as though if the organization is not doing its utmost to put him in a position to contend and to be on the winning side of things, then he might decide to go somewhere else where that is more of a reasonable possibility. Now, this did 2 things for the team because obviously, for one, that puts them on a very short leash and a timeline for them understanding they need to get their stuff together, make sure everybody gets more so on the timeline that he's on. Obviously, you have players like the Brook Lopez of the world who are just significantly older and might have 2-3-ish years left before they're borderline unplayable. You have Drew Holiday, who's also getting older. You have Chris Middleton, who's slightly older than Giannis, but also extremely injury prone, and his injuries seem to be taking a heavy toll on him as a player, even though he doesn't rely the most heavily on his athleticism in his game type style. That being said, the second part of it is they could potentially either trade him or go find pieces to match him on that team. And what better way to do it than to go after the big fish in this year's free agency and Damian Lillard, the man who was the most loyal to the Trailblazers up until the very end and decided that now was his time to finally step out and become a man of his own. With that in mind, obviously he's coming off a career high. Despite his injury from last season, he did average 33.2 points per game, and he did also manage to have over 7 assists. Now, this puts him in a particularly interesting tier because alongside Giannis, you would have the long ball deep threat that is the sniper in Damian Lillard, and the paint presence that's just so dominant and controlling in Giannis Antetokounmpo. If they can both manage to operate in a pick and roll effectively and smoothly, that offers another primary ball handler that can properly get shots and hunt for shots, as well as not being forced to sit and cower on the offensive side of the ball at any point in time. The only issue with getting Dame would be his defensive lack of ability at this stage in his career and just generally overall. However, you could argue that since Drew Holiday has been getting older, he's not the same player on the defense side of the ball either. If you do err on that side of things, then the trade would make more sense to you. However, if they were willing to trade down as the Bucks, it just made the most sense, to me at least, that they at the very least throw their hat in the ring and perhaps make some moves, and perhaps you want to give up Chris Middleton, considering his age and his injury history, along with some draft picks. Admittedly, they really only have their draft picks years from now, which aren't going to be worth much of anything, considering they are a playoff team at the least. But it would be interesting to see Drew Holiday go and be some sort of mentor to Scoot Henderson, despite Scoot being probably the most NBA-ready prospect from this past year's draft. And I think that it would be very beneficial if they decided to go a little bit younger and a little bit more offensively sophisticated on that side of the ball. Hence why there was a little bit of traction for Dame to go there. Now, obviously, I am understanding just as much as you are that the likelihood that they actually land Dame is slim to none. But you can always dream about it sometimes. And you never really know because the league has been a very interesting thing the past couple seasons. And I look forward to the changes that are to come. But with all that being said, thanks for tuning in this video, guys. Make sure to like the video so that the algorithm knows to push this out to further viewers. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, Join the Patreon, whose link will be in the description. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think. I love to have intelligent discussions with you guys down below. And without any further ado, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you are on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in to this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.